Are we live? All right. Hi everybody, welcome. Rob Pravashi here. We're going to talk about the Nissin i40 flashes. I purchased 3 of these about 8 months ago from B&H. They're about $240 US each. Did a bunch of research, looked around for different flashes. I needed a flash solution for my Sony system. I got rid of all my Nikons. I'm no longer a Nikon shooter. After 30 plus years of shooting Nikon, Canon, Hasselblads, I'm 100% Sony A7S, A7R. So I wanted a flash system that was small, compact, and I decided on the Nissin i40s. Now, I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly on these flashes. There's not a lot bad, not a lot ugly, and a whole lot of good. So the one thing I like about them, the first thing that really kind of blew me away, and I tested it against the SB800, I tested it against the SB900, both Nikon kind of flagship flashes. I think they got a new one out. Don't they have the SB910 or something like that? Same output. Same freaking output, man. Same output. They matched. I couldn't believe it. I was testing it over and over and over again, and it was the exact same output. These little babies here have big punch. So when I pack 3 of these with my camera system and everything in my bag, I'm good to go. I can do a commercial shoot, a wedding, just about any situation. They will handle the job. Also, they're well made. You can tell they're made in Japan. They're just good manufactured, good quality, good. They're put together, so really well. So we have a swivel head. We also have a little bounce flashy flash thing, and we also have a diffusion panel on top as well. Very handy for me, especially when I'm shooting weddings. I like to control the flash and whatnot. Now, what I really dig, and I think this is really cool, is the old school scale buttons on the back, as you can tell. You know, it's not the electronic menu item. You can spin them. You can go to automatic, you can go to TTL, you can go to full manual, which I like to do quite a bit because I'm an old school manual guy myself. And there's also 2 slave settings. Now, this is kind of weird. One of them is called SD for slave digital. The other one's called SF for slave film. Took me a while to figure it out. What it means is this: if I'm on slave film, this camera or this flash will pick up any flash from any camera. So kind of implying that film's old school, it'll whatever. Slave digital means it's proprietary. It's supposed to only pick up when another Nissin i40 flash is firing. That's how I understand it, and I thought that that's the way it was working initially. And one of the things that really threw me off, and this is one of the ugly things about it, is the fact that when I was at a wedding, I had 2 of these on a stand, up in the corner, firing down on the dance floor. My assistant had a Nikon SB800 or whatever, I can't remember what he had, and it was firing these Nissins. I'm like, what? It's not supposed to fire the Nissins. I couldn't figure out why. Didn't really matter. I got through the wedding okay because you know, they're on manual. I use typically at about 1/8 or 1/16 of a power, so they had a lot of battery power. Every once in a while, a guest would fire the flash and they would go off, especially if they had a bigger flash. It's not something you see a lot of, but no big deal. It still worked. It did the job. I'm not sure why that is, but that's one of those quirky little things that sort of like drove me nuts. One of the bad things, I didn't realize this when I bought it, was there's no hole, there's no plug-in to put my pocket wizards in. You know, the little cord that plugs into the pocket wizard. Duh, who knew? When I got them in, I'm like, oh, jeez. Didn't realize that. Whatever, I'm over it. So, other than that, they're great little flashes. That's the only issue, is they fire when you're on proprietary slave or SD or slave digital. Other than that, they're awesome little flashes. They're light, they're powerful, very, very versatile, very well made, very well put together. So they're doing a job for me. I'm absolutely crazy about these little flashes. All right, thanks.